Here is one of the many things I have yet to get around to cleaning up. This is a Bioneri, or Bioneers, whatever the heck it is, airflow out window fan. It's the Bioneer BWF0502E window fan. It pulls only 0.7 amps, which is kind of surprising because I suspect these are probably all shaded pole motors in there. All three of them. It's got electronic controls. There's the top if it's Verticam, like a stinking video taken on an iPhone. Ooh. Or that's the top if it's Harvestan, like a video taken with a camera. The thermostat senses the current air temperature and compares it to the thermostat setting, responding by turning on or off accordingly. Like any other fan, this model will simply circulate, not change, the existing temperature of the air. That is 100% true. So the reason why I brought this out, it kind of piqued my curiosity because the house I'm buying has, unfortunately, the windows are kind of small, but not big enough to fit a box fan, which is one of the things I wanted. So I'm going to have to replace the windows and cut the holes bigger and put bigger windows in at some point. But since that's not going to happen this year, or probably next year, or the year after that, I'm going to need smaller fans in the windows. And there's a very wide but thin window across from the kitchen. And if I recall correctly, this had pretty good air velocity to it. I doubt the volume is very high just because the fans are so small. I don't even think these are 6-inch fans. These are tiny. They're like 5.5 diameter openings. And it looks like the blades take up most of the opening. But they're small fans. And so naturally the volume of air moved, the CFM, is going to be kind of limited. But if this has a really strong velocity and it blows 8 or 10 feet away from it and you can still feel a pretty good breeze, it may work out pretty good. So let's go ahead and plug this thing in and let's give it a shot and see how it works. I feel like it's going to tip over. Definitely can't tip over. How am I going to do this here? Something to put under the back of this. It's not going to work. This might work. Geez, half of the video is just going to be me fumbling with the fan, trying to get it to stand upright. There we go, a wrench. Perfect. And then under the front here, maybe this will fit. Good. Okay, now it's standing up correctly. So here we go with the Digitan controls. It starts up on low, which it looks like they are 1-speed B-ends, and it's just going to make low, medium, and high based off of running the 3 fans at separate times. So, and my recollection was correct. This actually blows really far away from it. I'm, maybe 10 feet all the way across the room here, and there's still a pretty noticeable breeze. And on top of that, of course, it's hard to tell because the furnace is running, and so the noise level in the room here is pretty high as it is. It doesn't seem like it's all that loud. So we're looking at 120.2 the volts. It's only pulling 16 watts and 0.14 amps. So this is surprisingly efficient. I wonder if those are PSC motors. Let's see what the power factor is. That should give us an idea. 0.97. So this is actually PSC motors in there. Huh. Who would have known? Probably the person that made it, I guess. Well, that's interesting. Huh. Unbelievable. Alright, let's go to medium, which is now the two outside V-ends. And it's still, even with both of them running, it's not that loud. And it is, I can feel it all the way across the room. Let's try the high. Just a little bit of bounce issues, but nothing crazy. Okay, well, I may actually have a use case for this thing now. Yeah, I can feel it all the way across the room. I needed to go a little bit further than what I can step back from in here. But that's not bad. I think you probably would be able to feel this all the way across the room. And the noise level is surprising, pleasantly surprising. It doesn't seem that loud at all. Power draw is half an amp about, 54 the watts, and a power factor of 0.9 with all the fans running. So it doesn't draw a whole lot of power. The other contender I was thinking of for that window would be that the bigger twin Marvin window fan. I'm not even sure it opens high enough to fit that thing in there. The windows in that house are really kind of a joke, but you can change it, so whatever. But if the Marvin thing doesn't fit, I think this would be another close option. Another good contender. Oh good, now that thing just shut off. This is much quieter than the Marvin, I think. I can't believe how quiet that is. I am really impressed. Huh. I am really quite impressed. I don't like these controls at all. It takes a long time to shut it off. But not bad. Not bad at all. And it's there's no like motor noise or really annoying sounds. It just sounds like air moving. You know, low. Now I guess we gotta play. Yeah, so this is kind of stupid here with all these. This controls is just ridiculous. How many times I have to press it to get what I wanted? And high isn't that much louder than low either. Huh, this is really cool. I like this. I'm so glad I have a use case for this now, because I think it's actually a pretty good feeling. Airflow is not bad, it's pretty strong. Now, the CFM volume I'm sure is minuscule on this thing, so I'm not sure how effective it's going to be in really changing the temperature in the room, even if it is cooler outside. But the fact that it stirs up the air pretty good, you know, gives the evaporative cooling effect in the room, or to your person rather. So, I don't know, this is definitely going to be something I try in that kitchen window. And I'm really surprised at the power draw too. I thought it was going to use a lot more power than that. I thought it was going to be shaded pole motors. Now this it opens pretty. That's not bad. It gives you another 8 or 10 inches. Well, interesting. I guess I got to get this cleaned up because maybe I will have a use case for this now.